Sense pity, put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and 2 whole families. Sin City, Sin City, Sin City, Sin City. Let's go. Put down you guns, there's a cost to pay for the games you play. It could be your life, in a grave or a cell. Is it worth it? Nobody's perfect. Don't leave your family hurting, it ain't worth it. Hey you, yeah you, put it down and walk away. Live to fight another day. There's a cost to pay for the games you play. The rest relay, Finny, bubbly. We celebrate your life today. Many to the Lord, I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away, all for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, Finny, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, puppy, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies, they bless the world with. Condolences to your families, you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witness, shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. Put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and 2 whole families. Stop trying to compete where you do not compare. We are all so different, so special, so rare. Create with care, share with good intentions. Subscribe with high expectations and like with love. Yours truly sneaky, 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 sneaky. Put it down, you put it down, you cut it down. There's a cost to pay for the games you play. It could be your life in a grave or a cell. Is it worth it? Nobody's perfect. Don't leave your family hurting, it ain't worth it. Hey you, yeah you, put it down and walk away. Live to fight another day. There's a cost to pay for the games you play. The rest we lay. Finny, believe we celebrate your life today. Many to the Lord, I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away, all for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, Finny, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, bubbly, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witness, shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. What I mean, to the Lord I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away, all for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, City, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, puppy, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witness, shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. Put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and 2 whole families. Stop trying to compete where you do not compare. We are all so different, so special, so rare. Create with care, share with good intentions. Subscribe with high expectations and like with love. Yours truly, Sneaky.
Hey y'all, hey, how y'all doing? Welcome to the chat, welcome to the chat. Thank you all for being here, thank you all for being here. Hey Oopsie, how you doing? Hey Danielle, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Rest in peace, Finny and Bubbly, you will be missed. Baron, hey, what's up? Thank you for being here. Marlene, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. What's up, everybody? Thank you for being here. I don't want to take too long. I know you guys hate when I go through all of the hellos in the beginning. So I'm just going to hello, welcome. Thank you to everybody for being here. I appreciate you all. Today was a day. Not a lot of coverage in the court. I do have a story time for you guys. I did get a chance to briefly speak with men today. So it was very brief and I didn't cry, but I will give you guys a little story time here at the end. I do have a bunch of notes here. So hello, thank you all for being here. Please make sure that you hit the like button, share this out. Please hit that like button now, share it out now so that we can make sure that everyone is here and we all get the information at the same time. And I won't have to repeat myself too much. We will give updates to people who come in as they come in, but I don't want to have to repeat the whole thing. So let's get everybody in here. Everyone click the like button. Everybody click share while you're here. Thank you. So there was a few different updates and a few different things that I noticed in court today. I'm not sure. Were you guys able to see the link work for you guys today? I guess that's an important place for me to start. If anybody who's here, did you guys see it? Did you guys have the link? Did anybody watch? Hey, Buddha Boo, thank you for being here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. If anybody actually seen it today, or you know the link was watched, or if anybody played it today, I haven't gotten a chance to look at any commentary this morning. I did peek into OYB's live this morning, fresh out of court, but mine was in another place because I just spoke to Manny. So, okay, so you guys did watch. Okay, so let's see if we came up with the same summary. You guys don't put your feelings about it. Let me tell you how I feel first, and then I want you guys to tell me if you picked up the same sentiments for those who did watch. And I guess for the people who did not see, you'll get two sides. You'll get from my point of view, and you'll get some from the point of view in the chat as well. Hey, Miss Terry, Mama, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. No Town, kind chat lives matter. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate y'all. Okay, okay. So something. Okay, all right, got it. So one thing I noticed off top was well, let me not get into Manny first. Let me just tell you guys a little bit about what's happening before the courtroom and the courtroom prior to even getting there, right? Okay. So first of all, Manny case is the only case in court today. So if it look empty, if it look like one there, the judge didn't see any other court cases today except for this case. So there's only media, the people for the family, I wrote down who all was there. I'll give you guys. I'm boring. Oh my god, this damn internet. Hold on, guys. Let me fix my mic. Let me make sure I'm good. Okay, is that better? Is the board game stop? Is the board game stop? Then I'm breaking it up. It's really windy here in Las Vegas. I see you guys. I see you. Okay. Still going out. Let me see if changing the device will help. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. I'm coming. Let me change my device. Okay. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold on, guys. I'm coming. I'm coming. One second, guys. And logged in on another device. Hopefully, this is better. I'm going to be on Wi-Fi. I'll be directly on the device internet. And coming, guys. There we go. I'm coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, is this better, guys? Hold on. That should be better.
That should be better.
Damn it, hold on.
Damn it. Hold on.
Okay, are we good? Are we good? Tell me we're good. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Everything should be good now. I switched device. The other, I don't care. I'll leave the other sneaky up there for the time being. I just cut everything off, so you guys shouldn't be hearing anything else. Whew. Okay, I'm so sorry about that, guys. My goodness, on today. All right, guys. So, hey, beautiful. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for working with me. Thank you for bearing with me. My apologies for the rough start. I'm going to get ahead and get started so that everybody could get the information. I don't want to hold you guys up with my horrible internet. I hear there are some things going on in California that I might have to address later. The skies here is crazy. The winds here are crazy. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But back to the case. So, couple of things that was happening outside the courtroom and before the courtroom. Again, there was only Manny's case today, so there was not a lot of people in court. Pretty much whoever showed up for him, whatever media showed up for him, the defendants and the plaintiff sides, and then the judge and the court attendants. So there was not a lot of people in the courtroom today. I did get a couple of pictures, a couple of videos. I did speak to Manny's son, so I do have some exclusive content for Rumble. Make sure you guys are following me over there. Um, in order to see those photos because I'm not going to be putting them on YouTube. Okay, so if you want to see them, you come over to Rumble. It is free, just to come and watch over there as well. Yeah, so come hang out with me over there for some more exclusive content. Okay, so again, we go inside of the courtroom. They ask everybody to split up. People who sit on the defendant side, people who sit on the plaintiff side. So there was some people sitting on the plaintiff's, on the defendant side. Unfortunately, this time there was nobody there on behalf of Finny and Bubbly. Normally, we see it the other way around, where there are representatives for the family there. But this time, we did not see any representatives for Finny and Manny there, but we did see representatives for Manny. So none for Finny and Bubbly, but yes for Manny, right? Um, so something must have happened with Manny upon them bringing him to court today because when they brought him into the courtroom, it was much later. You guys, if you were watching, you noticed that it started later. If you was not watching, then you had no idea that it started late. Drop the Rumble link, please. All right, give me a second. I'm working on two opposite end devices that I don't want to be working on right now. So I'll drop all of those in a second. It's also on my community page, and I'll put it in the link to the description here in a minute. Let me get through a little bit of the commentary, and then I'll make sure you guys got everything you need. Okay. So they were in a Zoom. Manny was already in the room when they asked everyone to split up so he sees who goes to what side. Okay, so Manny was not already in the room. They asked, for this time, he was not already in the room. They asked you that upon entering the courtroom, so he would not hear. The bailiff actually steps outside. At that point, he advises everyone to turn off their phones and all of their devices. And then he advises, if you're for the defendant, sit on the right. If you're for the plaintiff, sit on the left. So that happens outside of the courtroom where Manny would not have eyes or ears to be able to see or witness that. There's two sets of doors you have to go through, and the bailiff is at the second door, which he cannot see through, right? I might have some mods in here or something like that. They might drop in later. I know I have a few of them, but a lot of them are content creators as well. So when you do see them in here, click on their pages. I know I got Mel that comes through. I got Trish that comes through. I got OYB is actually a mod over here. There's a few people that comes in here. Got Benzone. I got 2Ps. You guys might not know them. They're more in the beef sector and the black tea sector. Okay. So yeah, there must have been some kind of disturbance with bringing him to court today because he was late. So no, he didn't get a chance to see or hear any of that information. So because he was late, obviously there was, extra chitter chatters inside of the courtroom and things like that. So what I did notice is that there's like a noise kind of sound machine. It sounds like the TV, like antenna kind of a thing. And they play that noise in the courtroom when they want to have private conversations. So the judge called all parties to the bench and they played that sound so nobody could hear what was going on. But apparently they were talking about dates because when they all broke away from that and the sound stopped, I got a glimpse of kind of what they were talking about. They were talking about putting things on the calendar. They had mentioned something about an August 17th date. That was what they were saying during that brief conversation before the court proceedings even happened. I did notice, I took note here that, Manny's family members that are there, they did seem, tired. They seem exhausted. And I want to send my prayers to them. I did get a chance to offer my prayers and, but obviously this is not something that's easy to go through. And I want to commend Manny's son because he he approached with grace and strength and power behind him. And I understand him and his position and I appreciated it. I will give you guys a little bit more of, what we did talk about. Um, all of the private talk is included in the court transcript. Everything is on record. Yeah, all of that private, well, not all of that is going to be included on the records. And I'll tell you how I know. So, yeah, whatever is included on the case, what they talked about were dates, I believe, calendar dates, which are the dates that we see inside of the court recordings. So yeah, that was all recorded. But I did again notice that Manny's family, they look a little defeated, a little tired, um, very, very exhausted. You'll be able to see if you come over to Rumble, you'll see it through the photos. Um, yeah, so that was that. Give me a minute. I got a whole bunch of pages of. Okay, so I did notice that the judge, right? She was having a little. This is how I know that all of that private talk ain't gonna be included. Because she was having a little private conversation with the court recorders while we were waiting, and they were talking about some other judge trial. I was trying to get the details, but they was whispering. But yeah, that ain't gonna be included. But so you can kind of see that, the judge does have a rapport with people. As to me, she looks very stern and she looks very intimidating, but you can see, for me, that gave me a glimpse into her, let me know that she was human. It let me know that she was exactly, Judge Gossman. It let me know that, at the end of the day, there's a human standing in front of another human, right? Was Julie there? I did take some pictures. I don't know who the people are, guys. You guys are gonna have to tell me. So when we go over to Rumble, I'll put up the pictures. It was like maybe, hold on, I did write it down. There were 9 people over there on the Manny side. There were 4 reporters. There were 3 bloggers. There were the 2 parties for either side, the 2 court reporters, and the judge. So that too was all in the room, and with the bailiff. No one else was in the room. So when I show you guys the videos and pictures, I guess you guys can tell me who those people are. Okay. Again, I spoke about the conversation, them being called to the bench. It seemed light. They spoke about the August 17th date. One thing that I did want to point out is when the bailiff came to the door to tell everybody how to split up and allow everyone into the courtroom, he made a point to look directly at the family and say, "Do not attempt to communicate with the defendant in any way. If you attempt to communicate with the defendant in any way, you will be removed." Right? So that was a point to make because, they wanted to make sure that I don't, yeah, I'm just going to leave that there and you guys will see what happens going from there forward. So yeah, they don't want any communication from anyone in the courtroom to the defendant while trial is going on, while the court proceedings are going on. And that's an obvious, but it was a point to be made today. I told you guys about the spicy conversation I was listening to. And then what I did notice, this is all waiting. This is all while just waiting for Manny to even get there. So what I did notice is that the defendant side, Manny's side, was a lot more talkative, and the plaintiff side was a little bit more quiet. They're a lot more reserved. They're not speaking as much as little whispers real quick over the shoulder and it's a whisper fast and a nod of a head, not an answer sometimes an answer. So it's very quiet over there. But the other side, not that I could hear their conversation, but they were talkative. They were talkative enough to where if I was the person sitting behind them, I would have been able to hear. But I did not get to hear much of what they were saying, but they were having many conversations. What I also noticed is that all of this stuff I picked up on and all this stuff we talked about, the reporters that were in the courtroom had no idea what was going on. They were looking down on their phones, texting. You got some on their laptops, some setting up camera equipment. So they're not paying attention to none of these things that are actually happening in the courtroom that I'm seeing. Nobody else is seeing that. So Manny finally enters the courtroom. If they say off the record judge or lawyers, then it won't be recorded. Correct. But again, like I said, this is all before the court proceeding even started because Manny isn't there yet. There is no, swearing in or anything like that. This is just the courtroom sitting, waiting for the defendant. So yes, all of the things that were entered into the courtroom were the dates and everything that they discussed underneath that sound, if that makes sense. The little spicy conversation happened to the side without that sound, which is why I was able to pick up on a little bit what they were saying. Well, I'm grateful for YouTube channels. Mainstream media doesn't delve into the details the same. They really don't. So they were not paying attention to anything. They were on their phones, blah, whatever. So a Manny comes in. He doesn't have his glasses on. He did not have them on. He didn't even have them in his person. So he was not able to put them on, take them off, be weird or anything like that. He did not have the glasses on at all. The public defender and the attorney immediately approached him because prior to the proceedings, the judge did ask the public defender if she would need to speak to him when he got there. And she said briefly, but yes. So they had that brief conversation, the public defender, the attorney, and Manny right there in the courtroom, but under whisper, of course, so I couldn't really hear what was said. But the conversation was weird because it seemed light and they walked away kind of smiling and laughing about it. And he just was sitting there like, it was weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like if I know what's about to happen to me, and what I think is about to happen, y'all better not be playing and laughing around me. I don't want nobody smiling because I can't smile. Forget it. Why you didn't tell me that you were still hearing the static? Hold on, let me see. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I didn't know y'all was still hearing the static. Um, Dang, I just moved from my laptop to my phone. My audio. Is that better? Or now am I gonna get static sound? My audio is fine. Dang nabbit. Okay. So Manny comes into the courtroom. His family has been advised do not communicate in any way. I'm sure that he may have been advised also not to. Um, he may have also been advised not to speak to his family as well. So when he came in, he just gave this piercing look in their direction. And it wasn't like a horrible look. It was more like I seen a look in him change today. I seen a little bit of vulnerability. I don't know if you guys picked up on it. You know, okay, well, we'll get to that when we talk about the judge actually speaking to him. We'll talk about his persona. Okay, nothing's good. I think they were talking about the white noise sound in the court. Oh, okay. Yeah, that white noise sound in the court. Yes, they play that to block out us from being able to hear certain things that are being said at the bench. Um, so yeah, I said it was weird that they kind of laughed. They talked about the next court date. Okay, so let's get to Manny. I don't know if again some of you watched, some of you did not. I told you guys prior to this that when you're on death penalty, you do have to go through certain evaluations to check your mental status. When you're entering prison, you do get medical evaluations and things like that. All of that happens prior to your sentencing. They want to know your state of mind and things of that nature. So prior to him getting that sentence, um, the judge reviewed some of the things that I'm assuming that they, went over. So she asked him, you know, if he knows why he's there, um, and if he knows what he's being charged with, if he understands. She asked him what was his highest grade of education completed. He did advise that it was the ninth grade. She asked him if he can read. He said yes. She asked him if he's on any kind of drugs. He said no. She asked him, does he understand the procedures as they are happening? And he advised, yes. She then asked him, how do you plead? And he said, not guilty. He said, not guilty. She said, not guilty, guys. He said, not guilty. So the judge began to read off some dates and things like that. I know you guys have seen all of the dates that have been entered, all of the motions that have been entered. I want to break those down separately. This is just a courtroom update, what happened today update. I'll break down the law, what actually happened, and all of that. I'll break that down separately in a much shorter live or a shorter video, like a 5-minute video for you guys. So you are just understanding of what happened. But he said not guilty, right? He was on drugs, according to a lot of people who know him personally. Wow. Yeah, it was. And then while he was answering these questions, guys, like I understand the difference between me speaking with authority or me speaking belief and behind what I say, or me speaking with strength, or me even speaking with weakness and maybe timidness in my voice. He spoke almost is like he was trying to be a person and connect, right? So when he answered the questions, it wasn't like, can you read? Yes. It was a yes, like I can. No, yes. It's almost like now he is understanding that he may need a little bit of sympathy from someplace. And I'm not sure what conversation has happened for him to understand that, but for this is what I picked up on. So some of you are here, some of you seen it, some of you didn't. So did you guys feel that? Like to me, he answered the questions in a way that was different. With him not having the glasses, he even looked smaller today. I don't know if he had on like maybe a bigger clothes. Like he made himself to me look smaller and a little more helpless and like he needed help. You know what I mean? That's the look he gave off to me. While as we know last time he walked out, I'm innocent, you know? So I don't know. I think the not guilty plea was just to set the stage for a plea bargain. The DA's election is in January. I think they want this case to be done before the election, and while he only went up to the ninth grade, the school kids prolonging the case is ridiculous. Yeah, it's a lot of prolonging the case, and I actually was when I was in the elevator. There were two other lawyers. They were talking about the same thing, and they were saying like, you know, I hope that this case, and I don't think they were talking about Manny's case because they didn't even get off at the same floor. They were just saying like, I hope this that we have a plea so that this case isn't just wasting everyone's time. Um, when some things can be, I guess, in the court of law, a waste of time when you have a certain amount of evidence. No, yeah, I expected from what I've seen of his personality him to take the trial, more drama and delays. Yes, so that's a lot of what's happening now, and it could be just an act. I'm not really sure. I just want to know, like, that's the present he gave off to me. I don't know Manny. I've never watched Manny and or Finney's content prior to the case, so I don't have any prejudgments of either of the people or any. I'm just literally dealing with the case as it sounds coming from the court. So, what do you guys think? Like, that's you guys think that for him that's just an act, that's not, who how he would normally present. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if last was over the child plea insanity. Well, at this point, I think he's entering his plea as not guilty, and I'm not sure. I think I do have the amount of time where you can change the sentencing, but I believe you can only change your plea prior to sentencing. So once you've been sentenced, then you can no longer change it. Right. Especially at Chat Lives Matter. You're correct. Pleading guilty shows his intent to fight. Correct. But it will also cost the state money because he doesn't have a private attorney. He's using a public defender, and everybody has to show up for court each one of these times. So some people are saying it's just an act, 100% an act, 100% an act. I don't know. I I'm hoping that in what we see going forward here, that there will be some kind of simple sympathy or remorse shown for these acts that were actually very heinous acts. So I would want to see, you know, some change in that. So some other things that were talked about was the lawyer did ask how long do we have to submit any writs. They have, I believe, 21 days to submit any writs. So the court documents are going to change and go up and down, and things are going to be added. There's a lot of things that's going to be going in and out of that. I'm not going to go live every single time something changes in there. I'll do more of post. If there's something that needs to be explained because it's not understood, then I'll go live and things like that. But I don't need to, I don't want to go live every single time, something is submitted, because there's a lot that's going to be submitted. So some of you might want to know, what is a writ? A writ is a formal written order issued by a court or other legal authority commanding the recipient to perform or refrain from a specific act. It's a legal tool used to enforce legal rights or remedies, often involving court orders directed to lower courts, government officials, or individuals. Writs can be used for various purposes, including compelling a lower court to act, reviewing a lower court's decision, or ensuring a person's appearance in court. A writ is a written document, usually under a seal, issued in the name of a sovereign, government, court, or other competent authority. It commands the recipient to perform a specific act, such as producing a person in court, which is a writ of habeas corpus, or to refrain from doing something like exceeding jurisdiction, a writ of prohibition, right? And then enforcement. Writs are used to enforce legal rights, compel actions, or review decisions or lower court or government bodies. Okay, so there's several different kinds of writs, and I think that for this case, they are looking for a specific writ, right? So you have a writ of certiorari that is just used by higher courts to review decisions of lower courts, often in the U.S. Supreme Court to review cases from lower federal courts. So it can't be that one, right? Then you have a writ of mandamus, which compels a lower court or government official to perform a specific duty or correct an abuse of discretion. So could it be one of those? Maybe. Yeah, a lot of the motion to preserve evidence is definitely going to be about the 4 terabytes and all of the things that were submitted. We do have a weapon, we have clothes, we have DNA, we have video. There are a lot of things that are submitted into evidence, um, not just the 4 terabytes. So there's a lot of things that's submitted there. So that's what pretty much a writ is. I believe this is going to be a habeas corpus writ, in which they are going to ask that someone be pulled into court. Now, I cannot confirm or deny that. That's just what I'm feeling, because it was the defendant who first asked about the writs. So they either want to have someone come in on his behalf, and then I'm sure that, that's how the witnesses and things like that get pulled in, through writs. They have to submit a writ, which is a court document, to make those people come in, right? So that's that bit of information. Without a plea bargain, I think he will get sentenced to death. The plea will be a life in prison, but will it include parole? I don't think so. I'm not a representative of the court. However, I don't think so. I think that it's going to be one or the other. It is going to be either the unalivement penalty or life in prison without parole. DA, prosecutors, and judges racist. Um, I don't think they are. The district attorney, I actually spoke to her as well in the Who would she be racist against? I'm not sure. She's a white woman. But I spoke to her in the elevator, and I asked her, can I email her and talk about some things that are just capital punishment, not really including any case details or anything like that, just my studies on capital punishment. And she said, no, sure, no problem. Um, the only person that is in the courtroom that is black is the judge. And she seems pretty fair. She has a record of being fair. She does not have a record of doing anything like that. If you go and you look her up, you will see that she is a great judge. She has done a lot of work in many different communities. We did her live about that. We talked about the judge. We talked about, some of her accomplishments and things like that. This is a case of something that was done extreme, and that's something that was done wrong. So there's going to be extreme reactions from it on both sides. And I understand that. And even from coming inside of the courtroom, there's going to be extreme reactions to something that happened that is extreme. If anything, he'll definitely spend the rest of his life in prison. It's either one. He will either get the death penalty, which is what they are which is what they are pushing for, or he will more than likely get life in prison if it depends on the jury. It depends on what happens. You never know. If this goes to a full-on trial with a full-on jury, and then it's in the matter of the feeling of 12 to 17 people, that's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. Obviously, they're still, going on the facts and the evidence and everything that they have there now. But do you know why Manny has two attorneys listed now? Ryan and the other one, do they automatically get two of the defendants because of the review or something? I believe that that's just how the court is set up. There is two people defending the state as well, so you have two people on both sides. I'm not talking about probation. I'm talking about parole. No, I don't think he's gonna get parole at all. I don't think he's gonna get parole at all. I think that he would he's either going to get the death penalty that they're pushing for, or he's going to get life without the chance of parole. That's just a thought. Again, I'm not a representative of the court. Um, I just looking at the law and how it's written, because remember, guys, I only discuss the law. This is not really a feeling that I have. So this is me checking boxes. Does it check this box, this box, this box, this box? And does it get me here? Yes. Right. So no, this is not a matter of me just feeling it. It's a matter of what the evidence has brought me to. I think maybe this one is. I mean, I'm not going to get into the feelings of just the self defense. We did speak about that as well. If you guys check out that live, self defense in Nevada has laws behind it. This is a stand your ground state. With it being a stand your ground state, you have to follow the laws for self defense, meaning you cannot be an aggressor and you have to fight with the same force of use, right? So if you punch me, I'm allowed to punch you. If you stab me, I'm allowed to stab you. If you pow pow me, I'm allowed to pow pow you. But if you punch me and then I stab you and pow pow you, that's not self defense because I have overtaken the amount of force that you have. So in order for self defense to work, we have to use the equal amount of force, if that makes sense. Yeah. So those of you who just came in, I did give a brief breakdown of kind of what I seen prior to getting in the courtroom. There was only one case today, as I discussed, so there was not a lot of people there, which is why it may seem empty. I don't know who was able to see the video and who was not, but there was only Manny case today under the judge, so it was pretty empty there. I did list I did tell you guys, not exactly who was there, obviously, because I'm not sure of 100% that. But as I counted out, there looked to be about 9 people for Manny, 4 reporters, three bloggers, 2 people representing for either side, 2 court reporters, the judge, and the bailiff. So that is where we stand as far as who was in the actual courtroom. That is it. It was just those amount of people in there. There were not a lot of other people in the courtroom. Um, I did speak a little bit about his tone as he was asked questions. And I was wondering from the chat, kind of, did you guys get the same feeling that I got when watching it? So, OYB, did you watch today? Were you able to see? The photo's not up on Rumble yet. I listen. I just got out of court. I'm here live. I got everything set up to go live over there. I just got to get the photos and the videos transferred. I just told you who was in the people in the courtroom today, so it's not a lot of people there. I didn't really take a lot of pictures because I didn't want to bombard the family. I did personally speak to Manny's son today. Um, so that's another piece of information. I can go ahead and give you guys that little piece of story time now. But let me just make sure I addressed you guys' as questions in the comments. Right, Vicky, just because somebody said you ugly, that don't mean you gotta kill them. I think you should get 15, 20 things killed. That would still put him in his life. And it looks like he's been crying in that picture. They got him. Honestly, the whole family looked defeated. The people that were sitting over there, the young lady that's there, you guys will be able to tell me who she is. Don't ask. I don't know. But she was just exhausted. She sat there the whole time. All of that beginning stuff was going on that I was talking about to you guys. She had her eyes barely opening and barely closing, barely opening, barely closing. She looked like she was crying. Manny's son looked like he was just having a hard time. I really feel for this family. I know that some of you don't care. I really feel for this family because you don't know that you could do something in your life that will affect your entire family. It's not always just about you. So there's people hurting all across both ends. And I really feel for those people who are going through this as a bystander, as I can imagine if my brother or my cousin or, someone in my family did something like this, like after I've loved them for the amount of years I've been living. And, how do you just, I just couldn't imagine having to be that person. I'm grateful that is not me. I send warm wishes to everyone. The photos are not on Rumble yet. I'll get them up there shortly. We'll go live over there in a little bit. 9 in there for Manny. Wow, yeah, and there were no one sitting on the Finny and Bubbly side today at all. OYB, thanks for dropping that link. I appreciate you. His family is not responsible. Right, his family is not responsible for his family. I feel really, really, really bad for both of these families. This is a sick tragedy. This is sick, right? So let me get into a little bit about um hold on, wait. Before I get into my conversation with Manny's son, I did want to make sure that you guys kind of understand the. I don't. I agree. I don't like Manny. Yes. I kind of wanted to make sure that you guys are all aware of the steps and kind of what's happening next, right? Because I think that all of us looking at this case in the beginning was, well, how long do you think it's gonna last? And originally I'm like, I can't see it lasting more than 6 months. But in my mind, I'm thinking in court days, right? Like how many days y'all gonna actually be in court? I don't think it should take more than 90 days of court to figure this out. Now, how far y'all stretch it out and you scheduling it this for this month and the next month and the next month, I still think that this is going to take less than 90 actual days in court to complete. for the stretch out of it, I'm not really sure of what that would mean or whatever have you. But yeah. So let me just go. Hold on. I just want to show you. Here. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me. And hopefully, I don't get kicked out. Are we good? Y'all can hear me? Y'all can hear me? It will be less than a month of in-court proceedings. We won't wait till August 17th of next year, though. It's not going to drag on. You heard it here first. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Again, like I said, they schedule these things the way they schedule these things, but I don't think this is more than 90 days worth of court. Okay, whether that stretches out for 10 years over 90 days, if they're going to schedule two things a year, I don't know. But this is not something that would be that long. I think the case will be over in the next 120 days. Manuel will accept a plea for life without the possibility of. You never know. So we'll look to see. And you guys can still hear me when I'm going. Okay, good. So let me just go because I wanted to make sure that everyone kind of Can you guys hear me? Are we good? Are we good? You guys can hear me? You guys can hear me? Sorry, what is this alarm going off on my dang phone all of a sudden? Um, yep, long drag out, crazy start. Sound is good, sound is good, sound is good. So you guys were able to hear me talking about everything that I was talking about. Okay, great. Um, and in 2 weeks, but I think they won't care about the state of the family so much, not as being reelected. You like I said, the statements can be made for either side, and the law is going to be followed in the case no matter what. This is a big case for Las Vegas. There's a lot of like I'm reading a lot of different news all over the place, and a lot of people are saying, that it's dead here in Las Vegas, and people are a little bit scared to come out here. So they're going to do what's necessary to reassure the state and reassure that Vegas is a place that is safe for them to come to. So I think that it's normal. December 2026. Right. That's pretty normal. I guess it goes because it has to be on everybody's calendar, right? And then when they were talking about that, when they went to the judge, I told you they played the white noise thing. But when they came back, they were talking about calendars and their dates. And I think one of them was saying something about vacation, and then they were talking about June or July. And one of them said June was better for him, but everybody else was like July. So the dates and everything that gets entered right now, I'm not going to pay attention to those until tomorrow because it's likely that a time or a date or something might change. So I'm just going to wait until tomorrow till everybody's had a time to think and finalize their calendars, and then I'll go from there. Just for the record and the replay, yes, the case number is C25392745. Oh, we had him in the courtroom, high profile. It could be, but in the last court case, in the last hearing, the last meeting, there was two high profile cases there as well. Because I did tell you guys about, if you've seen on my timeline, Alexander Renteria, he is the young man who killed his stepfather over toiletries. That his stepfather threw his toiletries in the garbage and he went berserkies. And those were two cases that were kind of high at one time. So maybe she is trying to split them up just so that, you know, because they had a big family there too, and it was crowded the last time. So maybe they're splitting them up for that reason. I'm not really sure. I don't know how they set their calendars. Further down in the court record, updated says jury trial set for 8/17, 2026. Other dates listed for motion. Exactly. All of the other stuff is things that are going to be entered. I'll still show up for those dates because most likely he'll show up for those dates. When there's court for a defendant, they have to be there. So there's not going to be a court date set and he's not there for it. A lot of it will just be motions that will be read, quick court dates, 15, 20 minutes, things like that. Right. Plus the lady who beheaded someone, I posted her story as well. There's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. We're also coming up on the anniversary of October 1. So I do want to get that out as well. That was one of that is actually the deadliest mass shooting occurrence in history. I was here for it. I was not at the event, but I was here for it. I did walk, for the lives that were lost in the coming weeks. There were a lot of walks and a lot of ceremonies and things like that that I did go to. So I'm gonna get that story out as well. That one is pretty much ready to go. So what happened with Manny's son? What did he say? Did you speak to Manny's son or did I miss it? Okay, so I spoke to Manny's son. I saw the family standing there talking. And I was really scared. I don't want this whole family to turn around and jump on me because they think that, I have bad opinions about their family member. So I was kind of scared. The Route 91, yes, very sad, very horrible. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it later. I already have everything queued up to do another live later on tonight, and I got everything almost queued up for the live on Rumble. We're gonna go live on Rumble so you guys can look at the pictures and videos that I have, so you guys can see for yourself who was waiting outside the courtroom. Maybe you guys will be able to tell me who they were because I don't know. So I spoke to Manny's son. Manny's son. He's a very handsome young man. Very handsome young man. Very strong. Also soft spoken at the same time. He You guys will be able to tell which of the three it was because I did kind of get a couple of pictures for you guys to see. So yeah, and no, it wasn't like, ooh, let's take a ussy. I was respectful of the family. The photos are from a distance. I was not trying to get beat the hell up. Okay, it's not that serious, and I respect his family and I respect what they're going through, and I hope that if he's listening that he understands that. So um I did just walk over. What are you gonna do, beat up a little girl in the courtroom? I'm small, like, what are you gonna do? um and I said, I just want to send my prayers and warm wishes to you guys. I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going through. And he was like, who are you? Kind of intimidated. And I was like, I'm just a blogger. He was like, well, what were you writing down? And I was like, I wasn't writing down anything bad. I was like, I just was taking notes on what was happening. So I opened up my notebook. I opened up to any random page that I was writing on. It was from the date. And it happened to be like one of the beginning pages of what I was writing. And it was about how the courtroom looked. And I said, the courtroom looked a little bit lighter today. And Manny looked a little bit lighter. He had his glasses off and things like that. So that he was able to read that from my book. And I was so nervous. I dropped my phone, everything, but I wasn't trying to record him anyway. There's no recording of that conversation. I did not record it. But he's just like, that's my father. And the way he said it to me was like, don't you be fucking with my dad. I know, but don't push me. But it was really sweet. And that's my daddy kind of way. Like, I don't know if you guys know what it looks like to see a child protect their parent or stand up. I'm sorry, I had to go to my car and cry, and it's still gonna make me cry right now. I'm not gonna cry on this internet. I will end the live and restart. So if the live just ends, know that I can't get through this. Um, but he he was like, "That's my dad. That's my father." And I just was like, "I understand." I was like, "I'm not following this story to spite your family or any other family that's involved. I'm simply just following for the details of the case. I discuss a lot of capital punishment cases, and I really just want to know where this case is going to go." And then the woman that was standing with him, she kind of looked at me. I looked at her. She was crying. I just nodded at her a little bit. Um, Hold on, let me take a look. Can I get a moment? Can I take a moment for me? Just give me like 2 seconds. Give me 2 minutes. I'll play the song and then I'll just come right back and I'll be ready.
Since pity, put your guns down and stand with me. That shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and 2 whole families. Sin City, Sin City, Sin City, Sin City. Let's go. Put down your guns, there's a cost to pay for the games you play. It could be your life. In a grave or a cell. Is it worth it? Nobody's perfect. Don't leave your family hurting. It ain't worth it. Hey, you put it down and walk away. Live to fight another day. There's a cost to pay for the games you play. The rest relay. Finny, bubbly. We celebrate your life today. Many to the Lord, I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away, all for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, Finny, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, Bubbly, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witnessed. Shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. Put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and two whole families. Stop trying to compete where you do not compare. We are all so different, so special, so rare. Create with care, share with good intentions. Subscribe with high expectations and like with love. God's truly sneaky, 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 sneaky. Put it down, you put it down. You cut it done, there's a cost to pay for the games you play. It could be your life in a grave or a cell. Is it worth it? Nobody's perfect. Don't leave your family hurting. It ain't worth it. Hey you, yeah you, put it down and walk away. Live to fight another day. There's a cost to pay for the games you play. The rest we lay. Vinny, believe we celebrate your life today. Many to the Lord, I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away, all for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, Finny, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, Bubbly, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witnessed. Shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. What I mean, to the Lord I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away, all for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, City, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, Bubbly, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witnessed. Shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. Put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and two whole families. Stop trying to compete where you do not compare. We are all so different, so special, so rare. Create with care, share with good intentions. Subscribe with high expectations and like with love. Yours truly, Sneaky.
All right, guys, I'm sorry. I just needed a moment. Um, yeah, Angel is a really, 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 really decent young man. He's a really decent young man. And I want you to know, if you're listening, if you find this, I hope that it finds you in great spirit. I want you to know that I have not and will not disrespect your family. I think I have covered this story with a certain level of respect, and I will continue to do so. Um, if at any time one of these children requests for me to stop this commentary, you guys are not even going to know. It's just going to stop. Okay. Um, I appreciate you guys for all being here with me and rocking out with me. And this is not easy. This is not an easy case. A lot of stuff has happened. I wanted to, I know you guys wanted to hear that story time real quick, but it is something that I did want to make sure that you guys heard. Short. I'll make them at least, 5 minutes each where it'll be a breakdown. You guys can't hear me? You guys can't hear me? Dang nabbit, y'all can't hear me? Okay. Okay. Yes. So you guys can hear me. I'm sorry about that. I'm all broken up over here, guys. This is really hard. This is a hard case. There's a lot to take in. I'm sorry. Um, so what I will do is the last 5 or 6 words. What I'll do is I'll do 2 short videos. I'll upload 2 short videos. One will be the capital punishment breakdown. So you guys will know it's exactly step by step what has to happen in this case. You can see exactly where we are and what stage we're going to and the future stages. So I'll break that down in a short video. You guys did ask me some questions that I wanted to go over with. You asked me some questions about some of the definition terms that was on the court documents. I'll break down everything that happened in the court in a 5-minute video with definitions and everything like that. It won't be anything long. So you guys will get 2 videos from me. Yes, at some point have to stop and think we are only human, so it's hard sometimes. But yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. Um, was the woman crying? His mom. Everybody on that side was crying. You can tell that they were all crying. They were all exhausted. Everybody has swollen eyes. The young lady, you guys will be able to tell me who these people were. I've seen somebody ask me if the grandmother was there. You guys will be able to tell me that when we go to Rumble. Well, you'll be able to tell me who those people were. But everybody looked destroyed. Everybody looked sad. I literally went to my car and just cried. And then I came live to tell you guys just a short update, that I gave earlier. But I am praying for everyone. There's a lot of people that's hurting. And I implore you guys to make sure that as you are making your comments and doing your commentary and doing all of those things, keep in mind that the kids are still out there watching, the family's still sitting around watching. They hear you, they see you, and they ain't do nothing wrong. The person who can't see you, the person who did commit that act, then they can't see. They can't see your comments. They can only hear about them through their children. So keep that in mind, as you are going through and you're making your comments about this person who still has children out there watching. Um, Let me see. Sounds like you BS, and every time you were about to talk about just sign, you cut it out. I fought BS. You just trying to get everyone so you head to your week Rumble. That's not even gonna be on Rumble, Mike. Stay your ass where you at. Don't start no mess with me. I'm not here to fight. I told you the story here. That's not gonna be on Rumble. The only thing I'm putting on Rumble is the few photos and the videos that I took of the people who are outside the courtroom. But again, you don't have to come. That was the story. My God, on today. Again, be mindful of what you commenting. If you wanna have those kind of comments and have those kind of thoughts, you're in the wrong space. I literally the only thing I do is come out of courtroom and give you definitions of what happened and put it in perspective so that it's easy to understand. You gotta stop. Well, let me tell you, families, don't watch any of my content on this because I'm pulling not a single punch. Everything will be laid out as it is. Not how I want it to be, but as it is, period. Yeah, I lay it out how it is, chat lives as well. But I just lay it out from the courtroom perspective. I don't put my feelings into it at all. This is not about me. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people involved. I'm not one of them. Some of the people who are following, what comments are you talking about? Can you highlight the comments you're speaking to? I was talking about this comment. Hold on. Every time you were about to talk about his son, you cut out. I call BS. You trying to get everyone to head to your week Rumble. But I already gave the story time here, and that's not what we're going to Rumble for. We're just going to Rumble to look at the pictures. That's not what we're doing. That's it. That's what I was reading. What else was there? And then I read this thing, Chat Lives Matter comment. Does that help? Okay. Easy name. Follow that one from right. 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 No, let him stay there and let him get educated. Let him get education and let him get, a little bit of love and understanding in his life as well. Why not show the pictures here? Again, because the kids, their family watching. I'm not trying to do this in that kind of a way. You guys don't got to come and pay for me to see these pictures and Rumble. You just coming to watch for free the same way you would watch it here for free. I'm not trying to do all of that. I don't want to be a plaintiff. I don't want to be a defendant. I don't want to be a deceased. I don't want to have nothing to do with this. I just want you guys to get the answers that you will get. You guys got to learn how to do things my way on my page. Trolls don't want to be educated. Well, he can either stay for the education or he can go, but I don't got to block him. If Mike care about what Angel has to say that bad, he should go to court and talk to him himself. This is true too. If you would like to find out what Mike has to say, and I told you, Mike, um, Angel was very strong in his presence, and he did not give timid. He also didn't give threatening. He gave concerned. He gave, that's my dad. How else do you expect a child to feel? Is this a death sentence case? Yes, he was officially um, charged with the um, death penalty. Juliet and my 15, 16-year-old boys are his. I don't even, oh, yeah. She's just trying to protect her channel from possibly getting blocked by YouTube. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, not even flagged by YouTube. Not even so much flag. I've never been a part of the open friend and family conversation. I've only given my perspective from the courtroom because I understand how that can get. The first case I followed this closely was the Kanika Jenkins case. And there that case got crazy and there were people on both sides that were very angry. People were still getting unalived after the fact. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm just here to give you the facts from the courtroom in a view that is other than what you just see in the media. Mike wasn't talking about the case. Mike was talking about your motives. He wasn't getting personal with you, personal lines. Yeah, exactly. I'm not being personal with you. Don't be personal with me. We're just here to get information. You got to do the Rumble thing, sir. You're monetized from day one. It's a good feed channel. Exactly. Exactly. If you're going on to go back up and you want to put things in a backup place, Rumble is one of the best places to go, and they have a very good following, just as big, as strong as YouTube, and it's getting stronger and stronger. So yeah, I don't know anything about Kanika Jenkins, but a party at a hotel and one found often alive. Yeah, I followed that case and I followed the family members. I followed every single person that was involved. I was literally watching the lives as they were bonding people out of prison. I followed Lamont. I followed every single person that was on the ground and had a camera. I followed every bit of it. I felt like I looked for that child more than I looked for my own self in life. I found her before I found me. I don't know anything about that. I'm just here to follow the case. Yeah, just here to follow the case. And there's a lot of cases that's going on here in Vegas. And we'll get more into that. And a lot of them I'm just going to put in the podcast, but it'll be here on YouTube. And all of my content is free to watch. It's not like I'm taking you guys behind a paywall to where you have to pay to get the content. No, come and sit with me and watch for free, get your education and go. And I try not to make it a long, drawn out thing. I don't do, lives that are too long or anything like that. I'll give you what you need and I go. Just give me a little bit to set up the Rumble live. I gotta get the pictures moved over. There's not a lot. Again, I told you who all was in the courtroom, so there was not a lot of people there for me to sit and take 1,000 pictures. And because it was only his case, those are only his people in the courtroom. I didn't have to take any random pictures of other people and sift through those as well. So everybody that's in the court, you guys should have some kind of idea of who it was. There was an older gentleman and an older woman. There was a younger woman and a younger man. And then there were it was another young girl in there and a few people sitting in the back, like another cousin. Everybody was in there that was kind of like a couple. Can you share the Rumble link? Yeah, the Rumble link it was in the chat. You could scroll up. It's also on my community wall. You could grab it there. OYB, I think he put it in the chat earlier. And then when I get off, I'll make another post and I'll post it again with the actual live link and everything to it too. Just give me a little while to set it up. And I know that OYB wants to go live as well. OYB, what time you going live? OYB. I appreciate your viewpoint and how this is affecting both families involved. Because of that, I now have a different point of view and will commentate differently. Thank you for yeah. It was hard. That was hard to have to be a part of. These are still young people that's being involved. It's not like I was talking to one of the homies or something like that. These is babies, innocent babies. There goes that Rumble link again, y'all. Thank you so much. OYB gonna go live at 6:30, so I will go live on Rumble before him, and that live is only gonna be about 30 minutes. I'm gonna let you guys see the photos and everything like that. You guys can decipher however you want to decipher them, and then go from there. Yeah, and then I'll figure out a way. I'll figure out something else. Don't worry. I'll make sure that we're all taken care of. But again, y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Does anybody? Hey, you jumped 34 subs on Rumble from 18 in one show. Hey now, get it. Definitely make sure y'all go subscribe. Definitely make sure that you guys are there, and we'll take it from there. No more questions for me, guys, before we get out of here? Please remember to create content with care, share with good intentions, subscribe with high expectations, and like with love. Yours truly, Sneaky.
Sense pity, put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and 2 whole families. Sin City, Sin City, Sin City, Sin City. Let's go. Put down your guns, there's a cost to pay for the games you play. It could be your life, in a grave or a cell. Is it worth it? Nobody's perfect. Don't leave your family hurting. It ain't worth it. Hey, you put it down and walk away. Live to fight another day. There's a cost to pay for the games you play. The rest we lay. Finny, bubbly. We celebrate your life today. Many to the Lord, I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away, or for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, Finny, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, puppy, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies, they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witness. Shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. Put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and 2 whole families. Stop trying to compete where you do not compare. We are all so different, so special, so rare. Create with care, share with good intentions. Subscribe with high expectations and like with love. Yours truly, Sneaky. down, you put it down. You cut it done, there's a cost to pay for the games you play. It could be your life in a grave or a cell. Is it worth it? Nobody's perfect. Don't leave your family hurting. It ain't worth it. Hey, you, yeah, you put it down and walk away. Live to fight another day. There's a cost to pay for the games you play. The rest we lay. Steady, God believe we celebrate your life today. Many to the Lord, I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away. All for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, Finny, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, bubbly, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witness. Shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. What I mean, to the Lord I hope you pray. Now they wanna take your life away. All for a YouTube page. Rest in heaven, City, you will be missed. Sleep like an angel, bubbly, you will be missed. Sending love to the babies they bless the world with. Condolences to your families you can no longer sit with. Sympathy to those who witness. Shout out to Las Vegas, Sin City. Put your guns down and stand with me. This shit was so silly. Tore up a whole city and 2 whole families. Stop trying to compete where you do not compare. We are all so different, so special, so rare. Create with care, share with good intentions. Subscribe with high expectations and like with love. Yours truly, Sneaky.